Namaskaram. Good morning, everyone. Welcome you all to this mindfulness workshop by our yoga master guru Manoj Joshi ji. Today's session is the sixth of the 8 session series. So it's been wonderful last 5 weeks, and hope everybody is practicing them. Manoj ji, thank you for helping us, and then helping us with this the priceless knowledge for the total health. Okay, Manoj ji, handing it over to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Have you given me the sharing? Screen share, please.
Yeah, I will give you, sir, 1 second. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Okay, can everybody see all the slides? This one?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So friends, welcome back to our Mindfulness in Action. Your health is in your hands workshop. This is the 6th session. And today we will delve into something very important, which is very interesting also. And everybody would like it. So we have already covered setting goal, how to do the yoga, stretching, how to do the proper breathing. Then we spent one session with our diet concept, how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, and then cleansing technique. So today is all about relaxing. Relaxation is very important, and learn how to sleep well and also achieve more. So how the sleep is responsible for our performance that we learn today. So let's keep going. Let's keep our prayer to begin with. Let's keep eyes closed and try to seek protection from the mother nature, from the universe, so that this practice of workshop, this learning will be more enlightening, more assimilating to us. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvisavahai. Om
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
See how you can use dependency management even with a
Maybe we can mute everybody and then we'll open it up later. So heal your mind with proper relaxation. Learn how to relax well and achieve more every day. Let's have an activity as usual. We do this. What is the difference between sleep and meditation? Let's open the chat room and see like how people react to it. What is sleep and what is meditation and what is the difference? Let's capture people's mind. Please feel free to write down something on the chat. It's very good. We're writing sleep is physical, but meditation is to do with the mind and soul. Meditation includes awareness. Meditation is sleeping without closing eyes. Trying to make our mind an ideal state. I'll just 30 seconds more. Any more idea? Meditation is conscious. Good. I think very good. I think I just wanted to capture that idea of consciousness. So if you look at in the true sense, meditation is like an unconscious sleep. Meditation is like a conscious sleep, and sleep is like a unconscious meditation. So when we are not aware of things, like we fall into an unconscious sleep mode. But when you're aware of the relaxation process, it becomes a beautiful meditation. That means our awareness is the key factor here. And in fact, sleep also is a very wonderful state of our mind. Because if you look at our mind goes through the 4 states. What are those? The first stage is a wakeful state. We all are awake right now. So the universe, the nature has made us with all the sense organs like eyes, the sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of touching, the sense of tasting, and the sense of hearing. All these five organs help us to give a multimedia experience throughout the day. So during the wakeful time, we enjoy the reality, what is there. We experience with that, with all the vivid experience that we get. So the next state is when we go to the deep sleep state. All the experience that is created in the wakeful state are totally gone. Like they're just wiped out, like a clean slate. Nothing is remembered. We don't even remember our name, our identity, our address, even our gender, nothing, our age, everything is forgotten. But there comes a state where we dream. A dream state is another state of mind where we create an alternate reality, very similar to the wakeful reality. Because when you're dreaming, you don't feel the difference. When a tiger is chasing, you'll sweat out. You'll be afraid. When you'll be running, you'll be hungry. So you'll almost feel the same thing, but in the wakeful state. There will be no difference for the dreamer. But when you wake up, then you realize, oh, what, that was a dream. And there is a fourth state, and that is called a Turiya state. The fourth state is very important. The fourth state is the real state of our being. And the fourth state almost travels through the first three states. That means we travel to the waker, dreamer, and a deep sleeper state. And that fourth state is going to be very interesting because we are going to learn a little bit more about that, how to attain that fourth state of mind, the Turiya state of mind, during this specific aspect of yoga called Yoga Nidra. So we have already talked about this principle. I might not have written this as a formula. So we all know that there is a matter and there is a consciousness. So whenever there is a merger between the matter and consciousness happens, something emerges. Just like in the example of breath and prana that I gave an example. So breath is equivalent to a cable, like which goes to the wall, and the one end is the bulb, light bulb, and the other end is a switch. So whenever you switch on, something happens. The electricity passes through, the positive and negative merges together, and the manifestation of the light happens through the light bulb. So that awareness is like switching on. So that is called consciousness. So whenever we have matter and consciousness in every different aspect, whenever we try to merge them together, that gives rise to something called the prana or the life force. And that is the basic principle that comes from Sankhya philosophy, from yoga tradition. So Prakriti and Purusha is the prana. If you look at from that matter, our body is Shava, which is made of these five elements. We have already talked about Pancha Mahabhut, the earth element, the water element, the fire, air, and space. So this body is inert. There is no life in this body. The consciousness gives rise to life. So in our yogic tradition, we call the consciousness called Shiva, and the sharir or the body is called Shava. The Shava is like a corpse, dead body, but the Shiva gives the consciousness. From that point of view, so when we are in a deep sleep state, the Shiva's manifestation is 100%. That means the consciousness is invested in our body 100%. But when we are in a wakeful state or a dream state or in a deep sleep or in a other state like a wakeful state or a dream state, the consciousness is not fully there because we are playing, we're playful, we're kind of investing on that consciousness. We are energizing ourselves, we are kind of recreating that experience. We are totally into that Maya world. We are enjoying that, being a part of the illusion. The mind is deluded all the time. So that is why sleep is very important, because during the sleep, the consciousness gets fully vested into us and we get fully recharged. But if we can create a condition where we can consciously sleep, that also is a very powerful technique. Like we create our own dreams. So in a mathematical formula, we can put it like, C is directly proportional to P. That means consciousness is directly proportional to the life force. We invest more consciousness to any activity, For example, for eating food, the food can become more nutritive, the food can become more assimilative. If you invest consciousness into a conversation with someone, the conversation can become more intimate. If you if you invest the consciousness into reading, the reading can be more memorable, you can retain more. Likewise, anything and any activity that we can do, if you add on that mindfulness, that consciousness component of it, the experience becomes more profound and more positive. So at the root, we know that the prana factor has to be improved. Like for any disease or any sickness that we go through, so yogis believe that there is an imbalance of the prana. Either there is an overflow of the prana, which can cause to anxiety and panic and all kind of restlessness, sleeplessness, and there could be a downplay of the prana factor. There is lethargy, there is depression, there is sickness, wounds, all these things can happen. But when we rightly balance the pancha prana that we talk about, prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, so all the different variables of the prana, which are different forms of energy that flows in our body for activating different systems in our body, like digestive system, brain, nervous system, the cleansing system, reproductive system, all the different systems are governed by specific energy systems in our body, which are called different kinds of prana. So by bringing balance and by enhancing the quality of the prana, we can enhance the healing power of our body. And for that, what we have to do? We have to increase our consciousness. That is why the importance of mindfulness is so true right now, because when you're mindful, when you're conscious about every activity, you're giving rise to a higher quality of prana. And that improves the healing power of our body. So consciousness, when applied to relaxation, that is called yoga nidra. If you remember about the Ashtanga yoga, we talked about yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. They're the 8 limbs of yoga, according to says Patanjali. So asana, pranayama, pratyahara, these are all called bahirang yoga, the external yoga that makes our body stronger, our material life more meaningful. And there comes a stage where we learn how to withdraw from the sensory organs, how to withdraw from the objective world and start moving towards a subjective world. So that transition is called pratyahara. Just like fasting, just like remaining silent for some time, the mೌन. So there are different pratyahara technique that yoga recommends, which helps us to not to get fully entangled in the objective world, but to restrain from that so that we can get more attached to our soul, more attached to a subject, the experiencer, the person who is experiencing the fourth state of that mind, not going through the wakeful dreaming state or the deep sleep state, but remain awake as a witness. So that transition from the objective world to the subjective world, that is a pratyahara technique. And in simplified form, the practice of yoga nidra manifests that pratyahara in our life. So yoga nidra is a very profound yogic or a tantric technique that helps us to go deep into our inner self. So there are a lot of technical aspects of yoga nidra. Yoga nidra has got 8 stages to start with. Swami Satyananda Saraswati from Bihar School of Yoga, he packaged it well, and then he kind of repackaged the whole yoga nidra concept. He wrote many books, and throughout his career in his ashram, and he taught many students or many teachers, thousands and thousands of them, about specific techniques of yoga nidra. So there is an entry point, like in how you enter to the yoga nidra state, and you always have an intention for this practice. That intention is a very important aspect of yoga nidra, which is called sankalpa. Just like, when we call a priest to do a puja in our house, the priest will ask, what is your sankalpa? Why are you doing this one? Maybe you can say that we are doing it for warming our house, or I'm doing it for my daughter, I'm doing it for my son, I'm doing it for getting a job. So all the intention is called sankalpa. Sankalpa is like a seed. So when we relax our mind and plant the seed in the right way, that takes roots and that becomes a beautiful plant. And in due course of time, our goals can be manifested. And that is the basic philosophy of why to have an intention before you practice yoga nidra. So we take that sankalpa, repeat that 3 times in our mind, and we go to a deep state of conscious relaxation, and that helps the seed to germinate. Breath energy awareness, sense perception, visualization and journey, repeat intention, and then we return back. So these are all interwoven in a scripted form, because Yoga Nidra can be practiced only better with a script. Either you can record your own self or you take a recorded version, because otherwise you can be lost. Like you will be going tangents. In one direction you'll go and then you cannot come back. It's just like if you're going to a deep mine and there is no map with you, you'll get lost. So what is the standard practice? Sometimes they do it like they tie a rope onto their back and then somebody on the top that is holding onto it, or it's anchored to somewhere known, so that whenever you get lost, you can always take the help of the rope and come back. So likewise, in a state of Yoga Nidra, the instructor's voice could be acting like a rope. So it will help you to lead through deeper consciousness or unconscious states of your mind, or goes to deep pockets of your memories, like your childhood, sometimes past life memories, and then you come back again. So that is a very important aspect of Yoga Nidra. So during the Yoga Nidra, we consciously move our awareness throughout the Panchakosha to create a higher quality of prana, or the life force. So whenever we talk about prana, the matter could be anything, like food gives rise to prana, breath gives rise to prana, our thoughts gives rise to prana, our emotions gives rise to prana. So whatever the input, the output also varies in quality. Like if we eat something in a negative mood, like what we talk about, either too hungry or angry or lonely or tired, the food will not produce high quality of prana. If you have a sattvic mentality, if you have a prayerful mood, if you have a calm and serene mood, if you're happy, then the food can be creating more prana. So likewise, so when we invest the awareness itself as the raw material, the quality of the prana becomes very high. And that is why it is used for extreme amount of healing. So what it means is, in the modern term, in mindfulness practice, we call it body scanning. So you lie down and then you try to move your awareness through different parts of your body in a very systematic way. Like you can think about right hand thumb, the pointer, the middle finger, ring finger, little finger. So likewise, you can move your awareness to different parts of your body slowly, slowly, just like a witness. So you're moving the awareness throughout the body, and that is creating higher quality of prana all around. And that is a very powerful state of relaxation and deep healing happens. So Yoga Nidra leads to awareness and healing. Remember about the Pancha Kosha, we have the physical body, Annamaya Kosha, which is created out of the food that you consume. We have an energetic body called Pranamaya Kosha, not just the breath, but the prana. So all around we have a Pranamaya Kosha. We have a Manomaya Kosha, the mind, full with all the different thoughts. We have a Jnanamaya Kosha, which is about intelligence, higher intelligence, which helps us to discern things, to discriminate what is good, what is right. And finally, we have an Anandamaya Kosha, the seed of our source of happiness, the blissful self, the spiritual body. And we have already talked about how our goal acts like a mantra, our sankalpa acts like a mantra, our body itself like a yantra, and the technique of yoga, or we can talk about today's Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is a perfect technology of bringing us or taking us back to a deeper state of awareness, a blissful state of mind. That's what we noticed in this form of how Yoga Nidra can be instrumental in helping us to move or transcend from the gross physical body to our inner blissful body. That's why Yoga Nidra is a very profound technique of Tantra, which helps us to improve that state of mind, or to go to that fourth state of mind where you become like a witness and observe the body relaxing, feel the body relaxing, see the body relaxing. Now, it's a very important point to think about how our consciousness also is divided into different terminologies. According to modern psychology, we talk about there is a conscious mind, there is a subconscious mind, and there is a superconscious mind, or there is a collective unconscious mind. So there are different terminologies we use to explain how the consciousness traverses into our mind and gives us different kind of experiences. So if you can think about a structure like this, an egg form, Well, the top 10%, it's not totally diagrammatically correct, but 90% of our mind is subconscious mind, and 10% is our conscious mind. Just like in the computer world, it's RAM and ROM, something that has got the hard disk, like, it's full of all these memories, but something like a flash memory. You just borrow something from the subconscious mind and operate in your personal life, something to interact. You have to create some experience, either through your words, your thoughts, or your action, by dealing with the nature, by dealing with the situation. So for that, our conscious mind draws upon the past memories, the past experiences, different rules that we have learned. So all those things are buried in a subconscious mind. So 90% of our mind is the subconscious state. This constitutes our memories. That is why, like, say, for example, if you have a habit of doing something, or there is a pattern of thoughts that we have been already using it. So during a particular time when a situation happens like that, our subconscious mind provides that basic information, how to react to that situation. So, and we react. So the conscious mind borrows from the subconscious mind. So usually it's the way that happens like that. So from the subconscious mind, things are getting fed to the conscious mind. That's the usual state of mind. So if our subconscious mind is having negative emotions, like traumatic experience in the childhood time, there are fear, anger, frustration, addictions, blame, guilt, shame, all the different emotional problems. If the subconscious mind is filled with those negative thoughts, the conscious mind also borrows from that, and then we cannot change our habit. So Yoga Nidra can help us to reprogram our mind. So how it works is, if you look at this filter, this kind of separation between the conscious mind and subconscious mind. So in the previous state, it was like more pervious, like more solid, right? There is no way that it will open up. It acts like a valve, just like in a tire. If there is a valve, you put the air, so it goes one way and doesn't come the other way because there is a valve. It allows only one direction. The air can go from outside to inside. It doesn't allow the inside air to come out. Just like a heart works like that. There are different valves in our heart. So what happens during the state of yoga nidra, that the mind goes to alpha state of consciousness, it relaxes the mind properly, and this line becomes a little bit more porous, become impervious, like the valve is open. So right now, the magic happens. The conscious mind starts influencing the subconscious mind. Like, for example, in the state of yoga nidra, you give this auto suggestions: I'm totally healthy, I'm truly happy, I am becoming very successful in my life, I'm mending my relationship, I'm healing my body. So all these positive affirmations in a wakeful state, in a conscious state, fed by the to your conscious mind through your will, through your power, through your personality, through the subject, that fourth state of mind, which is a witness. So that fourth state of mind can influence the conscious mind or half awake mind, alpha state of mind, to think about this, and which is primarily given in the script. So when you listen to the script in that half awake state, the conscious mind is feeding the unconscious mind or subconscious mind constantly with a lot of positive affirmations, positive thoughts. And that gives rise to a beautiful state where your subconscious mind is now filled with these positive things, or something that you want to change, something that you want to manifest. And in a normal course of time, because the subconscious mind is now reprogrammed with positivity, so in a normal reactive mode, you will not be subjected to a wrong way of doing things. You'll always find a new way of doing things, because your conscious mind is now drawing upon something positive, which is freshly prepared by your practice of yoga nidra. We call it's a stay technique. Stay is a sleep that awakens you. So although sounds like an oxymoron, yoga nidra can be practiced properly. That can help awakening your mind. What are the deeper potential that is inside? So that is a very important aspect, because yoga nidra is profusely used for learning. Like I was told that in German, a lot of people have been a strong devotee of yoga nidra because they learned this technique by studying our Sanskrit scripture, our yoga Vedanta. As you know, I think next to India, Germany is very powerful in terms of understanding our concepts. for a long time. There are a lot of stories behind it. So Yoga Nidra is used in different schools to train the children to learn different languages. So the story goes like that, like when Swami Satyananda Saraswati was trying to deal with a small 8-year-old child in the ashram. So this child was very naughty, and then he was just breaking away things and running around all the time. He was just 8-year-old. So Swamiji wanted to experiment this technique of Yoga Nidra. So the story goes like, when this little child was very tired and then just about to sleep, the Swamiji will start teaching him something important, like some quotes from Bhagavad Gita or something from different languages. So, and then when he wakes up again in the morning, he will again help him to recite that. So during this state of practice, this person learned many, many different concepts. And he is in fact in charge of that right now, Swami Niranjana Saraswati. So he learned the techniques of Bhagavad Gita or the slokas or Quran or Bible or anything. A lot of things were taught to him in the state of Yoga Nidra. In our Mahabharata also, if you remember the story of Abhimanyu, how he learned the Chakra Vyuha, like, by being inside the tummy, Mother Uttara, when his dad Arjun was explaining the whole concept of Chakravyuha to his wife. So Abhimanyu was inside and he learnt it because his mom was in the state of Yoga Nidra, and this Yoga Nidra was getting transferred to the fetus inside. So Yoga Nidra can be a very profound technique. It's like a whole brain learning, because whenever you start creating the sankalpa or in a deep state of mind, the conscious relaxation time, then it creates almost like a foundation. Say, for example, if you want to build a skyscraper, like, 20-story building. So the higher you have to go up over the ground, the deeper also you have to go under the ground. Otherwise, the building will not be stable. So likewise, so when we practice Yoga Nidra, so the preparation state or the Yoga Nidra or the Sankalpa state creates a frame of mind in the night. Say, for example, if you practice Yoga Nidra before you go to sleep, so it creates a foundation in your subconscious mind. And when you wake up and do it again in a conscious way, so all those beautiful ideas that was given will open up again and then become a structure for you. Something like negative and positive becomes a profound structure of your mind. Your memories get stronger and you learn quite well. So during the state of night, when you are doing this Yoga Nidra, it creates a foundation, and when the wakeful state, it creates a structure. That way, you can use this technique to learn new concepts, new techniques. And probably it is highly used in the area of healing our body, because if you look at autoimmune disease, if you look at different kind of things that happens to your mind, the mind also creates different kind of negative conditions, negative thoughts, negative patterns of thinking. So in order to change that, Yoga Nidra is used so that it can help to heal the body by doing auto-suggestion to different organs. You can communicate to different parts of your system, different parts of your body. Just like we have already talked about, the mind is scattered through the whole body. Every cell in our body has a mind of its own. It's called corporeal mind. So every mind has to go through this process of Yoga Nidra to reprogram the subconscious mind. So if when all the cells or the cellular intelligence is reprogrammed, of course, the immunity system can be reversed back, or the autoimmune condition or cancerous cells can be better. So Yoga Nidra can be a very complementary practice in terms of healing any disease. So I would like to offer you a state of an experience of Yoga Nidra, which will take about 15-20 minutes. So ideally speaking, Yoga Nidra is practiced in a lying down position. I don't know how many you can lie down right now in a state, but you can also relax in the back of your chair and just pretend that you're going to sleep. And I'm going to give a Yoga Nidra to summarize what we have learned so far, so that you'll remember. We'll talk about different values that we have already talked about, or the yogic values that we have talked about, and how to reprogram our subconscious mind with all the yogic values so that we become more perfect in our life. We move towards personal excellence. Good. So try to find a spot where you can relax for about 10-15 minutes. Ideally speaking, if you're lying down or if you're sitting down, keep your legs a little bit apart, just like the feet is touching the ground in a state of meditation. Keep your hands on your side and just keep your palms facing up and let the fingers be curled naturally. There should be no tension in your fingers, neither the wrist joint. So try to find a condition where you can maximize the relaxation in a physical body. And keep your eyes gently closed, because eyes are the window of the mind. When eyes are open, all kind of distractive thoughts happens through contaminate our mind or to influence our mind. So right now, you close your eyes gently and try to find a condition where you can relax completely, just like you're pretending that you are in a deep sleep state. And become aware of the surrounding. Remember the entry, just become aware of where you are with your eyes closed. Maybe you can think about different objects around you. Different noises might be coming from different sources. Just try to become aware of that. You don't have to react to them in a particular way. Just in a mindful way, you're paying attention to everything that's happening around. And creating a condition to the mind that any disturbance that can happen from outside, it'll still take me to a deeper state of relaxation. It's like having a deal with your mind. Dear mind, I want to experience deeper state of relaxation. Please cooperate. Please help. So any amount of distraction that comes from outside will not disturb me. Rather, it will take me to that state of yoga nidra. Become aware of the temperature of the air. Become aware of the cloth that is touching your skin. Become aware of your whole body. Annamaya kosha. Preparing to relax, preparing to practice yoga nidra. Nidra is sleep and yoga is the union. So even though the name Nidra here, the objective is not to sleep, but to remain awake and consciously practice relaxation. Become a witness how the body relaxes step by step, just like an experience of before falling into a sleep state of mind. Now, this is the time we remember about our goal. Once the body is in a state of relaxation and receptive, that layer of our conscious mind and subconscious mind is opening up slowly. Now become aware of your goal. Try to think about your goal. You want to be totally healthy. You want to be truly happy. And you want to manifest something in your life, either for someone or for your own self. So please repeat your personal intention, which is called Sankalpa, 3 times in your mind in a powerful, positive, present sentence. That I am, and create a positive feeling in your heart. Whenever our thoughts and our emotions merge together, that also gives rise to a higher quality of prana, and manifestation happens. So bring in a good deal of faith. Allow the body to relax a little bit more. And try to observe your body relaxing. Just like you would see someone else from outside. Because we have already learned that we are not this body, we have this body. And there is a big difference between that statement. We have this body, but we are not this body. We have a mind, but we are not the mind. Just like this body is an instrument, our mind is also an instrument to experience life. So we be the owner of the body and mind, are now witnessing the body relaxing and the mind thinking. Now slowly and gently we'll move our awareness to different parts of our body. So I'm going to name different parts of your body, and we'll move from one part to another part in a systematic way. By moving the awareness to different parts of our body, we're going to generate a high quality of prana, or the life force, that will be instrumental in helping our body to heal itself. So if I say something, you can repeat that in your mind and try to visualize that part of your body, and also create a feeling of relaxation in that part. For example, if I say right hand thumb, you visualize your right hand thumb by repeating in your mind and feeling a deep state of relaxation on the thumb. So we'll go in a systematic way from one point to another point, and we'll cover up the whole body. We scan the whole body to bring awareness and to raise our prana, the life force. So become aware of your right hand thumb, the pointer, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger. Become aware of all the fingers of your right palm. Become aware of the right wrist joint, right forearm, right elbow joint, right upper arm, the shoulder joint, right armpit, and the complete right side, the hip and the waist, right thigh. Become aware of your right knee joint, right calf, the heel and the ankle, the sole of your right foot, the top of your right foot, the big toe, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. All the toes together. Complete right foot, the whole of the right leg, complete right side, and the right hand, the right palm, and all the fingers of the right palm. Now gently bring your awareness to the left thumb, the pointer, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the little finger. all the fingers of your left palm, left wrist joint, left forearm, left elbow joint, left upper arm, left shoulder joint, armpit, complete left side, the hip and the waist, the left thigh. Become aware of your left knee joint, left calf, the heel and the ankle, the sole of your left foot, the top of your left foot, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth. All the toes together, the complete left foot, the whole of the left leg, the complete left side, left hand, left palm, and all the fingers of the left palm. Become aware of your back, your whole backbone, from the tailbone to all the vertebrae. Become aware of those. All the way up to the back of the neck. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade. The back of your neck and the throat. Right collarbone, left collarbone. Right chest, left chest, and the space between the chest. Upper abdomen, middle abdomen, low abdomen. Become aware of all the internal organs in your body. You are practicing yoga nidra. It's a conscious relaxation technique to help us to heal our body and mind. Now become aware of your face. The complete face that you're aware of. Your chin, your jaws, the palates, the teeth and gums, and the tongue settling in between the palates, upper lip, lower lip, and the whole mouth. Become aware of your nose, right nostril, left nostril, tip of the nose, right cheek, left cheek, and the cheekbones, right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye. Feel the heaviness of the eyeballs, settling them down to eye sockets. Eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows, and the space between the brows. The forehead, top of the head, back of the head, left brain, right brain, top of the brain, back of the brain. Become aware of the whole body, relaxing from the head to toes. Allow the body to relax completely. Your Annamaya kosha is relaxed. Now become aware of your breath. The breath is constantly happening. Just become a witness to your breath. The body knows how to breathe. Just observe the movement of the tummy and a little movement of your chest. When the body is inhaling, the tummy rising up and the chest dropping down. When the body is exhaling, the chest rising up and tummy dropping down. Like a wave in the ocean, rising up, dropping down. Now just stretch your imagination that you're walking on a beautiful beach, one step at a time, by looking at the waves of the ocean. You're totally aware of the feet touching the sand, the wetness of the sand, the coarseness of the sand. And on your path, you also come across a beautiful patch of grass, and you feel the softness of the grass as you slowly walk on them. Feel that velvety touch of the soft grass at the bottom of your feet. Now you come across a small wall before you enter to the beach, and there are some staircases you have to rise up. There were 10 steps that you would climb up one at a time. Just visualize that you're climbing up the staircase one at a time with a excitement, with some sort of pleasant excitement that is welling up in your heart, as if you're going to experience something profound, something wonderful is going to happen. You're going to get a bright idea, or you're going to meet someone who can find a solution to the problems of your life, or you can just have an experience of deep happiness, or going to your spiritual state of mind. And you've already climbed up the 10 steps. Now you're on the top of the wall, overlooking the ocean. And you step down. 10, 9, 8. You're very relaxed. 7, 6. Stepping down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you put your foot, you feel that warm water of the ocean. It's beautiful. It's soothing to your feet. It's not that cold. It's very soothing in nature. You can feel the ripples of the water touching your feet, relaxing. And you find a suitable spot where you can sit down and look at the water while your feet is feeling the gentle waves of the water. It's very safe, secure, calm, peaceful, serene. You get inspired from the vastness of the sky above and the depth of the ocean in front. Just like the time in your life which is so deep into the past and so open to the future. Just take a moment to think about the entire life that you have already experienced. from a little baby to a tiny toddler, going through the first decade of your life. Think about those challenges that you experienced, you faced, and you overcame those. Some with your own power, some with some help from your friends, parents, or the nature. The second decade of life was more turbulent. The body was going through a lot of changes, a lot of emotions welling up in the heart. There is an inner world, there was an external world. There are a lot of conflicts, uncertainties, and you overcame those moments. The third decade of your life, you had important milestones. The completion of the schools and education, finding a life partner, moving into different responsibilities, looking for jobs, your first job experience. All those beautiful memories are stored in your mind. Those are all like different dots. And today, when you're practicing this Yoga Nidra, you have all the power, all that maturity it takes, just like a famous painter or a sculptor. You can reconnect those dots and establish a pattern of your life that is in alignment with your purpose of life. So take a moment to reestablish a meaningful connection between different facets of your life and how it can lead to the future. There is a purpose of our life. It's a matter of rediscovering it. When? So in this state of Yoga Nidra, your body is relaxed, your mind is calm and peaceful, and your heart is filled with excitement, inspiration to live life more purposefully, to find a little bit more deeper meaning, to make a difference in whatever you do. There's nothing to lose, because as a soul, you have all the freedom. It is adventurous. It just wants to experience everything. There's nothing right or wrong for the soul consciousness. Just an experience. I'm not this body. I'm not this mind. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm the pure Shiva, the consciousness, which is manifesting through this body and mind. I'm that pure consciousness. I'm that pure awareness. I'm that pure existence. I'm that pure bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. So feel that experience of Satchidananda in your whole being. Let the water be the witness. Let the vast sky be the witness. Let the Mother Earth be the witness of your realization of the truth of life at this moment. Let this moment of Yoga Nidra be transformative for your entire life. You can always come back to this experience, this beautiful, secure place, anytime that you want, whenever you want to have a bit more clarity of your mind. You want to face a challenge with more wisdom, you can always come back to this part. It is yours, privately secured for you. Now is the time we'll come back, climbing up the 10 steps, up and down. But the heart is filled with love and joy. That inspiration is always with you. Walking through those velvety grass and the coarse sand again. Please re-enter your body. Become fully aware of your body, your Annamaya Kosha, your Pranamaya Kosha, your mind, your intellect, and your blissful self right here and now. I'm going to count 1 to 5, and when you hear 5, you'll be fully awake. Although the memory will be still there, you've learned how to reconnect the dots. 1, become aware of your body. 2, your breath. 3, your beautiful mind. 4, your sharp intelligence. And 5, the source of happiness. And slowly, gently. If you're lying down, turn to the right and come back to sitting down position. And if you're doing it as a meditation, you can always bring yourself totally awake. Keep your palms together. Bring that balance into your perspective. And bring that road that you've discovered from body to bliss. Again, repeat your personal goal 3 times in your mind. That will give a closure to our practice of Nidra. So become fully aware of your goal. Repeat that 3 times in your mind with a feeling of positivity. And very slowly, gently, you can open your eyes now. Welcome back. Just went through time. So very good. So how was the experience? It was a short version of Yog Nidra. We did about 20-25 minutes actually. You know, I wanted to do it for 10 minutes, but it just went by. So how was your experience? Anybody would like to share for 1 or 2 minutes?
It's a total transportation into a different zone, Manoj. Always the case.
Thank you so much. I know it was very moving for me also. Like, you know, it's very powerful actually. Every time I administer Yog Nidra, it is never repeated again. Like, you know, it just happens.
Yes, every time you experience a different journey altogether. Right. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's very nice. Totally relaxed. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you can always, I mean, this is recorded. Even if you can't recreate that, you can always go back to this recording and practice it on your own. So every time you do it, you discover new patterns of your life, because so many layers, not only this life, because the soul is traversing all through the time. It's a quantum, it's a continuum. So it's a wonderful experience to be alive and to be privileged to be alive, basically, like, you know.
Yes.
We have to really take use of this ancient concept, and we have to enjoy life every moment and then try to make something meaningful.
Manoj, namaskar, sir. I need to go drop and join another meeting. I leave this meeting open, so you can continue. We are going to meet again next week, same time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj Garu.
So maybe we can complete it right now.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the profound experience.
Good. So it was a live experience. It was very good that we did it on the line. So please, you know, spread it word. Like another 2 sessions, like very important sessions are there. Mindfulness will be the next session. Then we'll have a little bit more of meditation and summarizing the whole concept. So even though somebody can join another 2 sessions also, they'll get a glimpse of what we have done, and they can always go back to the recordings and then get the benefit of it. So please invite some more friends. So let's spread the word that we come from a great heritage and we have a great future.
Manoj, I have a quick question for
Sure,
you.
please. Uh-huh.
So before we start experiencing changes from doing a yoga mudra, how much time do we like we have to do this kind of exercise um, to experience the change, basically?
Like, see, experience and time are very cyclic in nature. They're not linear, as you notice, right? So like that's called real theory of relativity. Like when Einstein discovered relativity and he went to the village that where he came from, and then all these people, like, and they asked, like, what is the theory of relativity, explain to us, and we don't understand all these theories and E equals mc square. So he said jokingly, like, if you think about, like, just a sense of joke, if you think about a attractive person that you are dealing with, like, you spend almost like 3 hours, and just it feels like 3 minutes or 3 seconds for you. But on the other side, like, if you spend some time, like even if you spend 3 minutes with somebody who is not very appealing, somebody who is boring and very negative kind of things, it feels like 3 hours you spent, right? It's a relative time. So this experience also like that. So maybe a spark like that, the realization can happen. So I don't think we have to confine our expectations with a limited understanding. Let's have an open mind. Like the transformation can happen right now, or the transformation can happen a little longer time. It doesn't matter. So we don't have to quantify that experience. We just have the quality, like, trust that, wow, this is a wonderful experience. So I guess, like, that's the kind of answer that I would like to give. Like, ideally speaking, like, it's a continuous journey, because it
Continuous
depends
journey.
on the problem that we are dealing with. But every journey is important, because the journey itself is the reward, not the destination. So yoga nidra is a profound journey, because there is no end to happiness. It's like an open ocean, but there is no end. You can keep swimming.
And do you recommend doing that every night or like?
I always recommend that every night you do it before you go to sleep, pick up a yoga nidra, and then do that in the morning when you wake up again, or anytime when you're conscious. Because all the thoughts, in fact, I wanted to expose this whole group to another experiment, another project that we're doing on 5th of September. We're opening up a new 30 days of meditation. It's 30 days of yoga nidra every day on different aspects we talked about: Satya, Ahimsa, S.T.A.Y, Brahmacharya, all the different values, connecting the dots, you know, reprogramming the subconscious mind in a very profound way, 15 minutes every day. So opening up that one on September 5th. So every day you will get a notification for 15 minutes of meditation yoga nidra. So you do it at the night 8:30 every day, and you look forward for that. I've been getting so much of information. Last 21st of June we did one, about 12,000 people participated. So it's a global consciousness, global awareness. So we are raising our spiritual quotient to a higher level by practicing it together. So we would do that on the 5th of September, one second round. So look for that.
Glad
So
to
it starts from September 5th and
Yes,
then it's continue for a month,
it is for 30 days.
30 days.
Every day
Okay.
15 minutes on
And
different
it
topics.
is at like 8:30. Timing is
30 in the
8:30.
night, yeah, in the evening.
So what happens after your 30? If your sleep time is 10, do you like recommend sleeping early or how
No,
does it work?
it's a meditational experience. It's a little bit experience, but all those things will be given. You can use the same script for yoga nidra also, but this will be more like a meditation. You just sit down quietly, just like we did right now, and just listen to those 8:30 in the night.
You
So
actually read our minds, sir,
Yeah,
Manoj.
I know. I was
Yeah,
about to.
I was too. Anyway, glad to hear that you are extending this for us. I was anyway going to appeal to continue further
right,
sessions after this round. Yeah,
right, totally.
after the 8 sessions.
That
I
will
was
be
in
very
fact
profound,
talking
and
specifically about this.
that is also very important aspect, because we are doing it for someone else. Because that's
Absolutely.
that concept of being a little unselfish that opens up the whole door of
Yes.
our mind. So
Yes.
doing something unselfishly for someone else really is a very powerful experience that Swami Vivekananda told. It's a very powerful part of her mind. It really opens up new possibilities
Oh,
when you
yeah.
do for somebody else.
Always an infinite forum. Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a beautiful
Exactly.
pattern that I'm following in the 30 days. There is a pattern that you'll find. It's a beautiful structure that I have made. And you like that whole concept, how it unfolds slowly, one by one.
Yes, exactly. I
Manoj,
mean,
I think there's a question in the chat for you from Dr.
Okay, sure.
Nidra.
Is the Yoga Nidra guidance available online? Yeah, of course. Like if you go to my YouTube channel, just like type Wellness by All Means or Manoj Joshi Yoga, you will have a lot of Yoga Nidras. There is a playlist called Yoga Nidra, about 30 of those you can practice.
Yeah, can I share my experience?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry. So when we were going through this, by the time you were coming down, relax the legs and all those things, about that time I started feeling completely detached from the body, as though, you know, something is floating up. I've had that experience previously too, a couple times on different one, but now this happened and completely, it's like as though I'm a different entity from my body, right? And then it's very, very light, and that whole sense of gratitude, the feeling of gratitude. I mean, I'm unable to explain to that, you know, the thankfulness towards everybody. On the side, I can hear my daughter taking shower in the bathroom. I can hear all the noise, everything going on, but that feels totally detached, right? Those noises were still there, but I felt totally detached throughout that. And the moment all this completed, you know, that awareness was still there, completed, and then woke up. It's a complete relaxation, and that gratitude was the feeling I could feel in general. So it's amazing how this brings in all of those within a short time.
Totally.
It feels so relaxed and so nice. Thank you very much, Manoj.
Good. Thank you very much. Next time, maybe I would share an experience of somebody just like your experience in your workplace. It can happen in the workplace, just in a meeting room. So I will share that experience. She teaches in Stanford, so she gives that experience. So I'll play it next time. So good. Thank you very much. You know, I go, and then so we'll see you again next class.
Thank you, Manoj. Looking forward.
Thank
you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you.